Welcome. Today's practice is for the third level of your aura, your mental body. So you're welcome to join me live on Facebook every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where I am. I'm in Eastern Standard Time, where I'll do these practices live with you. And every Wednesday, we go into the third level of your aura. Third day of the week, third level of the aura. Mondays are first level. Tuesdays are second, Wednesdays are third, Thursdays are fourth level, Fridays are fifth level, and the weekend we get really expansive. Saturday we go into sixth, and Sunday we go into the sacred seventh. Of course, all these levels of your field are sacred. So, good morning, welcome. Let me know if you're here in the comments. If you're not watching this live with me, if you're not joining me for the practice live in the morning, you can catch it here on my Facebook page later. And they stay up for 30 days on Facebook. And then I'm bringing them over to my YouTube page as well. So watch them there anytime that you want to drop in and do some enhancement of your aura. So let me just check what I have in the comments and edit it, because it's the wrong thing for the wrong day. Oh no, yes. We are correct. Good. Okay. We're Wednesday. It's the third level. I woke up feeling very filled with grace today. I feel very peaceful and filled with grace, and I'm drinking my green matcha tea here. And this most gorgeous of handmade mugs, yeah? Is that not the most beautiful goddessy thing with a hair with the moon phases in its body? Look, it's getting the ting from the sunlight. So let's sink into practice right away here. Third level of your aura, mental body. What's happening on this level? You're thinking. I've been thinking lately about this practice of affirmations, right? Where we're trying to bring in a new reality, trying to establish a new reality or attract or manifest what we want to be showing up in our life and our health by stating it as an affirmation. Affirmations are also used, right, to kind of make us feel better about ourselves, right? I like and love myself. I am abundant. I am now manifesting whatever said thing. So this is a way of talking to yourself, right? And it shifts things on the mental level, right? It's a way of getting into positive thinking on the mental level. The mental level is the level where the energy flow of your thoughts as well as your intuition, so it's rational and intuitive thought, flow. So every time you're having a thought, little photons of light pulse along the beautiful lemon yellow lines of light on this level. This is one of the structured levels of the aura, according to the model that was given to us by Barbara Brennan. And I'm a graduate of the Barbara Brennan School of Healing. It's a 4-year-long training program. And in that training program, we spend the first year of school in levels 1, 2, and 3 of the auric field. We spend second year just in the 4th level because there's so much going on there, and I'll talk more about that on Thursdays. In the 3rd year of school, we go into levels 5, 6, and 7. And then in our 4th year of school, we focus on deeper dimensions than the auric field. We focus on Hara, which is the level that holds our intentionality and our direct alignment with our life purpose, and Core Star, which is the origin point, the source of the beautiful divine light within us that is creating this whole energy reality, right? Core Star upwells and forms the Haric dimension, forms the 7 levels of the aura, forms our physical body. Yeah? Quantum physics, people, energy precedes matter. I know you already knew that. So, mental body, affirmations, working with mental energy. And let's go into what the daily practice is. So I'm just going into my Instagram feed. It's always easy to see the mental body posts because they're bright yellow, just like hopefully this level of your field is. So it looks like this. Oh, we have good lighting today. There you you are. So just take that. I know it's just a small picture. And if you want really gorgeous illustrations of these levels of your aura, purchase a copy of Barbara Brennan's book, Hands of Light. Some beautiful artist illustrations that try to give a visual impression of what these levels would look like if you could see them. Remember, it's only an artist's impression. We're working with light and consciousness here, so you can tune into it just using your imagination. So this level, beautiful lemon yellow lines of light tracing out every physical structure in your body, thought creating your reality. Today's self-care practice. Just reading it straight from the post. The third level of your aura shows the flow of your thoughts, rational and intuitive. When you think and intuit, energy zips around the lines of light. So consciousness moving, yes, as thought. Ooh, let's talk about negative thinking today. This level of your field can go into distortion or become a heavy mustard yellow with negative thinking. Is that a more comfortable place to be? Because unless you're a very positive person or you're used to hanging out with very positive people, notice as you go through your day how quickly and easily we default to talking about what's going bad, what's not good, or going into kind of a rant or a grumble or that's a really important thing to do, is just start watching how often do I switch into, what's bad, what's awful, what's not great, that kind of negative thinking, negative talk. Now, that doesn't mean we never get to express when we're having a hard time and when things are difficult, right? But it's just this sort of, let's call it unconscious moving of energy through this mental body level. That's the kind of, wah, 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 oh, it's all so bad, it's not, that kind of bitching, basically. Don't be bitching on the third level of your field, right? So catch yourself when you do that, and you can pause and notice you're doing it, and then check in with yourself and ask, is there something that's really hurting right now that is actually an emotional need that I need to address? Is there some other need I have that this kind of negative bitching is kind of actually trying to address, right? Check in on that. Because remember, the level right beneath your mental body is your emotional body, your feelings about yourself. And so I'm trying to share with you these levels separately, but of course they're all interacting and living and moving together, right? So when we're having bad feelings, difficult feelings, hard feelings about ourselves and the emotional body, this emotional level of flow that carries our feelings about ourselves, we work on that on Tuesdays, or check out some of the videos I've posted. It's easy, we don't want to feel that, right? Sometimes we don't have the accompaniment, the support, the presence that we need to feel that. So we'll try to get away from it, and we'll go up to the mental level and we'll shift that energy out into this kind of mental negativity. And actually what we need is we need to pause, notice that, and sink down underneath and be like, what's hurting right now? Where am I feeling awful about myself? Where am I feeling some challenging feelings that I'm having a hard time just letting myself feel? So I'm defaulting out to talking a lot. This is a big part of what I do with you too in one-to-one healing work, right? Is that if we think about classic talk therapy or trying to talk things out with our friends, we're going up to this mental level and we're telling people what we think about it and how it's going and all the rational pieces. Of course, your emotions move as you talk because it's impossible to unglue the two, right? But we're mostly staying up in the mental energy level, mental level. And that's important. I mean, I talk stuff out with my partner all the time because the need on the level, the third level, is we need to get clear about things. We need a clear, rational picture of what's going on. So sometimes we're just trying to sort it out in our brain when we're talking, right? We're just kind of like, it's this and it's this, and we're laying out all the information. But we can start to push negativity through that as we talk too. We're not talking in a neutral way. So classic talk therapy, right, is we're staying more up on this mental level, trying to sort out, rationalize, figure out, sort through all the pieces and clarify things. Of course, when you do that, sometimes the emotional energy starts moving too, and this is very good, right? We need to let those feelings out. What I do differently is we don't spend a lot of time in healing sessions with me hanging out on the mental level. If I'm doing a family constellation with you where we're going to work on generational trauma, I want 1 or 2 sentences about what you're struggling with. And if you're ready to distill it down into 1 or 2 sentences about what you're struggling with, what you want to look at, or what is hurting that you want to shift, then we're ready to work. So that's all we need is just a little bit of factual information, and then I'm going to drop straight into where is that living in your energy field? Where is it living in your body sensations? And with the generational trauma work, then we expand out into the 4th level of your field where you're connected with your family system. If we're not working on generational trauma that day, although we almost always get to that layer because it's so impactful and usually the real root cause of what you're struggling with, I still will get you to talk to me a little bit about what's hurting, what he's struggling with. Tell me a little tiny piece of the trauma that we're breaking down. Don't one little piece and then stop. And then I'm going to ask you to drop into your physical sensations in your body, 1st level of your field, and maybe the emotions. And we're going to slow it down so that you can feel what's happening in these deeper levels. We can drop into these deeper levels and actually engage the energy and start to make shifts, start to discharge the blocks out of the field. So we don't spend a lot of time in mental level. Okay, long dissertation there on how these levels work. Going back to the post, I lost it. Negative thinking. Okay. This level of the field can go into distortion or become a heavy mustard yellow with negative thinking. Is that a more comfortable place to be? Does it somehow feel safer to go into grumble, bitchy, it's also hard, it's mode, right? When I find it hard to hold hope, I find I sink into negative thinking because it feels protective, right? So we're not bad and horrible people, because sometimes we get into this groove in our lemon yellow lines of light, of like the kind of grumbling and focusing on the negative, right? We might actually be trying to protect ourselves from the painfulness of not feeling terribly hopeful at the moment. And trust and believe, right? There's a lot of reasons on the planet right now not to feel so very hopeful. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. So how, in the post I said, how about you? Does that resonate for you? Do you think as you watch yourself today to notice, do I shift into negativity, negative story, talk, dialoguing about things? What's going on? Does that actually feel somehow protective? Okay, just pause, become aware, witness, and soften with yourself. Pausing is the hardest part, right? Interrupt, stop, slow down, feel into what's actually going on as you're talking. Or you're not always talking to other people when you're sharing your thoughts on the mental level, right? The hardest places we get into is mostly just our own selves in our head, hearing what our head is saying to us, and it's all happening very quietly without discussing it with anybody. Okay, pause, become aware, witness, soften with yourself. I just felt my whole 3rd level soften even as I just said that, because of course I'm talking a lot right now. There's no sense being hard on yourself. Okay, the last thing we need is more self-judgment on this level. Self-judgment is you talking to yourself, sending mental thoughts on this level, and sending not liking yourself thoughts, right? Which deeply impacts the emotional layer underneath, where the need is to like and love ourselves. Okay, that is today's guidance. Let's just drop in for a short moment to kind of feel and practice that. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid my sunbeam here, although I kind of want to be in my sunbeam because it's charging up my energy field. As I always like to do, theory is fabulous. Understanding is important. We need to understand things in a rational way on this level of our field. But I like to take you into experiencing it and making it real. Because we can talk about your energy field all day long, but I want you to feel the reality of it. So close your eyes or keep them open if you tune into your body with eyes open. I'm orienting to my space a little bit, and I'm seeing and noticing all the lovely objects in my office being touched with the beautiful sunlight coming in through my window. So this is the pause. Slow down. Drop down into your seat. Drop your awareness of your weight down into your body. Feel your energy, feel your sensations kind of dropping out of your head down into the rest of your body. Feel your shoulders. I'm feeling my nose for some reason. Yes, there is sensation in my nose. Feel your jaw, your mouth, your neck. Start to flow awareness of sensation down into your arms, your wrists, your fingers. Your breath might naturally deepen as you bring more awareness into your soma, right? Into your body, into your somatic awareness, into your felt sense or sensations, which is the flow of energy actually on the first level of your field. The first level of your field, though, is so intimately connected with your physical body that let's just call it you're feeling physical sensations in your body. Feel your back muscles. Can you feel into the bones of your spine holding you up? Flow your energy consciousness down into your legs. Try to include your back body. Often when we're focusing, we bring our awareness forward into our front body. Come all the way down to the backs of your knees, your Achilles tendons flow down into the soles of your feet. All right, now it's bright sunrise, sunshine for me at this time of day, but if it's not sunny where you are, just imagine. Let's light up our third chakra first of all. Third chakra is the one that sits in the solar plexus right here. It goes out your back body as well. Don't forget you have chakras in the back. They're paired, right? It's a pair front to back that spin and come into a tip in the center. So I want you to imagine, just using your powerful imagination, that the beautiful sunlight is shining and radiating out your third chakra, front and back. Just, I'm going to put my face in the sunshine here. Just feel and imagine the glorious golden yellow warming sun. Imagine it is rising in your third chakra and filling up this energy center with beautiful yellow warming light. This is the feeling of positivity, mental positivity, right? Like you're sunshiny, like you're lit up. So go ahead and light yourself up from the inside out. Radiate that out from within, out the back body as well, back of the third chakra. If you're able to do this, notice the sensation shift in your body, right? This tells you you're doing something, even though you're just using your imagination. If the sensations in your body are shifting, you're shifting energy. So keep going, just keep upwelling that glorious sunshine. Maybe you imagine you're standing in your favorite place in nature. It's a mountaintop, it's an ocean shore, it's the forest with the sunlight filtering through the trees. Just watch the sunrise and bring it into your third chakra. If you're watching this in the recording and you want more time with it, just hit pause and upwell golden yellow sunshine here for as long as you like. Creating some warmth for all the digestive organs fed by this chakra, yeah? Heat, warmth, light, making it easier to digest, letting go of stress that many of us hold in this energy center. Now imagine that golden light overflows into your mental body. So you just imagine that you are traced and held and embodied and grid worked in these fine mist of lemon yellow light lines, the lemon yellow energy lines all over and through your body, expanding out to about, let's say 8 to 10 inches. Depends how charged up your field is. I need to get my back off the back of my chair so I can feel myself more. Get into the... So just use your imagination or look at that image from Hands of Light or from my social media posts. So it helps to have a visual image. I'm going to hold it up for you one more time as you lemon yellowize all of your lines of light. Just in case you can see it here. You're going to get glare from the screen, but yeah, your chakras too. The form of your chakras, if you know what the cones look like, the tornadoes look like, they're also structured, scaffolded, traced in fine mist of lemon yellow lines of light. This is your thinking consciousness. This is the flow of mental thought, intuitive thought. Oh, I know so many of you are very intuitive. So get your intuition flowing here along these lemon yellow lines of light. So when we're healthy on this level, the lemon yellow lines, they're bright lemon yellow, they're charged, they're fine, and they're flowing with positive mental thoughts, positive outlook, optimism, we would call it. And when they get heavy with negative thinking, right, they get thicker, a little darker, a little heavier, a little slower flow of energy, yeah, a little more dense. So perk yourself up into positivity just as a feeling today, and then just imagine what it's like to share, talk, speak, share your thoughts with yourself from this place. Light yourself up and include your lower body, right? Your legs, your bum, even below your feet, 8 to 10 inches below your feet, traced out lemon yellow lines of light. Become an embodiment of positivity, positive thinking. It's It's interesting as I do this today and I feel into like the fineness and the beauty of those lemon yellow lines of light. I feel the gentleness and the kindness in it. There's something really soft and kind and beautiful about feeding hopeful, positive outlook into ourselves, sharing that with others. So you might continue to play with this and imagine this moving throughout your day, noticing when your thinking gets heavy, either in your own mind or in your sharing with others, pausing, stopping, checking in to see if that feels protective in some way, to go into the negativity, and maybe dropping into your emotions, see if there's something that's hurting, that's causing you to kind of off gas negativity. Maybe even drop in and bring the sunshine back up into your third chakra and bring the sunshine, the lemon yellow, back through these lines of light. See if you can shift it for yourself. See if you can develop a new habit. I know I'm certainly working on that myself. And if you're working with affirmations, you can connect with and feel how they drop into this level of your being. Okay, I hope you find this helpful. Ask me questions. If you're on Facebook watching this, you can DM me. If you're on YouTube, there's all kinds of links in my description on my YouTube channel where you can reach out to me, ask questions, or share what's helping you. I'd love to hear it. And a quick thought, every Monday now at 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I get together with other graduates of the Barbara Brennan School, and we go through all 7 levels. Yeah, it's a whole hour long of us like macerating ourselves in what we've learned to hold as healers. But if that's something that you would like to join in on and practice with, reach out to me and I'll see if the other healer grads feel like that would be cool. Because you'll get pulled along with us. You'll get pulled along with us. And especially if you are considering studying professionally to become a healer, and you're considering what school to go to, and you're considering going to the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, this would be like a delicious way for you to get a little taste of what we learn in our 4 years of training, a little tiny taste of it. So please reach out and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Thursdays. Thursdays we go into the 4th level of the field, the level where, whoa, it's not just you now, where you're expanding out to share and exchange energy consciousness in all of your relationships. It is juicy. See you on Thursday.